James's special coal. On the island of Sodor, all steam engines strive to be really useful. They enjoy puffing proudly up and down the line, busily at work on Sir Topham Hatt's railway. The coaling plant is a very important place on the island for this reason. All the steam engines need coal. While dusty and grimy, it helps to keep all of them running right on time. One evening, James wearily backed into Tidmouth's sheds after a hard day's work, feeling very tired and fed up. "What's gotten down your funnel, James? You don't look well at all," Thomas asked. "I had a very busy day," replied James. "I had to take pesky passengers, grumbling freight cars, and on top of it all, I was sent to fetch another load of coal for Henry. My paintwork is dirtier than ever." "I never took you as one to complain about a hard day's work, James," laughed Thomas. "I thought you liked the extra time to show off your splendid red paint."
"Not when it's covered in coal dust, I imagine," chuckled Gordon.
"Humph," grumbled James. "You could only dream of having the same strength and determination I have to get all my jobs done without delay, Gordon. After all, I'm not the one that stalls every other day on the hill with the express."
"Pah!" grunted Gordon.
"Don't worry, James. I'm positive all your hard work will pay off soon enough," said Edward. "Sir Topham Hatt is sure to recognize a hard-working engine when he sees one." "Exactly," agreed Emily. "Keep your steam up, James. You never know what's going to happen." Just then, Sir Topham Hatt came to the sheds. James was hopeful Sir Topham Hatt would give him an important job after all his hard work.
"James,"
boomed Sir Topham Hatt.
"I need you to collect more special coal for Henry tomorrow morning."
James was upset. "But I've already fetched some today," cried James.
"The summer season is upon us, and we'll need all the help we can to make sure everything is running right on schedule. I can't have Henry breaking down in the middle of such a busy time."
"It's not fair. Surely if Henry's so important, he could fetch his coal himself."
"Really useful engines don't complain," boomed Sir Topham Hatt.
And he went away. "Well," said Thomas, chuckling, "this is certainly going to keep his steam up all night." And the engines continued to laugh. Later, the next day, James arrived at Knapwood Station to collect his coaches when he saw Henry leaving the station. "Look at him, huffing and puffing around," complained James. "I fetched it for him, and I didn't even get it well done, or even a thank you." "I'm sure it's appreciated, James," Emily smiled. "That coal has done wonders for Henry. Imagine if all of us were able to puff that proudly." James smirked. I wonder." "Get that idea out of your smoke box," interrupted Emily. "You know full well not to take that coal. Otherwise, there won't be enough coal for Henry." James said nothing more. He began making a plan. Later that afternoon, James was working extra hard. But no matter how hard he tried to ask his driver and fireman about the coal, the answer was always no. But James was determined and wouldn't give up just yet. That night, James's driver and fireman were talking outside the sheds.
"Perhaps we should just give him some," grumbled the driver.
"You know we can't," sighed the fireman. "Unless..." The fireman smirked and whispered his idea to the driver. The next morning, James's driver and fireman came early to the sheds.
"You know, James," whispered the driver, "you're right. You do deserve some of Henry's coal. Let's hurry to the coal chute, but be quiet. We'll be loaded up before anyone notices."
James beamed and puffed away. At the coaling plant, James backed underneath the hoppers. He was still very sleepy, however. I'll show them, he thought snootily. And right when he was ready, James puffed away as quietly as he could. James was having a splendid time out on the main line. He was going so fast that his driver and fireman struggled to keep their balance on his cab. "I'm the fastest engine on the island," he said cheerfully. "No engine on Sodor is puffing as proudly as I am." He raced through yards, flew by crossings, and dashed through tunnels, starting one job right after finishing another. Every passing engine was quite surprised. By the end of the afternoon, James arrived back at Tidmouth Sheds. He was pleased to see that he was the only engine that finished his jobs early. Couldn't be better. Why waste that special coal on an engine like Henry when I make much better use of it?
James! Boomed a certain voice.
James jumped. Walking towards him was Sir Topham Hatt.
I had come to congratulate you on your splendid work today, but it looks like we have other things to talk about. As far as I'm aware, only Henry is allowed to use the special coal. Are you, Henry?
No, sir, replied James quietly.
Then why did you take the special coal?
At that moment, James's driver and fireman appeared.
We're sorry, sir, but you got it all wrong. When we went to the coaling plant, James backed down onto the regular chute instead of the special coal chute.
James gasped. So, all day, I've been using ordinary coal? The driver, fireman, and even Sir Topham Hatt started to laugh. James blushed.
Well, James,
smiled Sir Topham Hatt.
I must apologize for what I had said. You did a splendid job today. And as you know, hard-working engines are always valued on my railway.
He paused. James grinned in anticipation.
As such, you will continue pulling freight trains for the rest of the summer.
James was speechless.
Now that we know you can handle the work properly, we'll make it through the summer holiday season with no problem. As you showed us today, you don't need special coal to keep your steam up. Well done, James.
James fell silent, his face as red as his tender. Later, James pulled into the coaling plant with his last train of special coal. Percy and Henry were waiting in the yard.
"Look, Henry,"
giggled Percy.
"this coal makes me feel so strong, I'll be able to pull double my mail train tonight."
"It looks like you're taking James's special coal then," laughed Henry. James didn't say a word. He knew he had been very silly. And so, for the rest of the summer, James pulled freight trains around the island. Each day his paint got dirtier and dirtier. But all the same, he didn't want to disappoint Sir Topham Hatt. He worked hard every day, and after the busy season was over, James went back to Tidmouth Sheds, tired and dirty, but pleased that the work was done. "It looks like you had yet another busy day, James," Thomas laughed.
Indeed, Gordon added. It was hard to make out who exactly was backing down into the turntable, with their paintwork being so filthy.
James sighed. "Well, Gordon, I suppose that's the mark of a hard-working engine,"
Precisely,
said a voice.
hard-working and really useful. That's what I'd say. While I was not impressed with your misbehavior earlier this summer, James, continued Sir Topham Hatt, I must say that I'm very proud of you. Thanks to your efforts, you've helped make the season run smoothly. And for that, finished Sir Topham Hatt, you'll receive a new coat of paint as a reward for all your hard work.
James was so proud he thought his boiler would burst.
"Oh, thank you, sir,"
he said, and blew his whistle with excitement.
"Well,"
concluded Percy,
"it seems to me that in order to puff proudly, instead of Henry's special coal, all you need to get is James's splendid paint."
and James had to agree.